Hello there, Libra. It's so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I am doing your May General Tarot reading. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. All those things help to get my message out to more people, and I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, let's get into your reading, Libra. Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Libra, I feel like this has been coming into your readings quite often. This same card, the Wolf Spirit, the energy of actually applying what you have learned. It's not just looking at the lessons. It's looking at the lessons, understanding the choices that you've made, the experiences that you have had, and now it's kind of like applying them, being the leader of the pack, of being inspiring to other people, because it's taking a look at what you have been through, your experiences, the painful ones, the joyful ones, gaining that wisdom from it, and kind of embracing it, having a feeling of gratitude for everything that you have encountered on your path, and then going forward in a new direction, but with all of that wisdom going with you. It's not like you're putting the wisdom or the knowledge on the side of the road and walking forward in a naive way. It's a very wise way. Understanding that was part of your journey, and that it was crucial for you to take a look at, the lessons that you've learned. It was time. If you have been like single for some time, or kind of like in that transitional period between jobs or relationships or phases of life, even, you could, you could be very much like, oh, why has there been this long period of time? I'm getting the number 7, so it could be 7 weeks, 7 months, maybe for some of you 7 years. It's the number 67, but this sense that you had to have that time in order to really kind of reflect, to go within, to really do the inner healing that you needed to do. And now it's kind of like you're coming out of that period and are even grateful for that period. Whereas when you were going through it, and there could have been times where you really felt like you were traveling the path by yourself. You didn't maybe have a lot of support, or, people to help guide you. You always knew that you had your spirit guides, your angels, but you had maybe nobody in the physical realm. But now you understand that was also part of your path of coming into this new sense, really a sense of being a leader, of being able to share your wisdom. It's like finishing out the hero's journey, right? The hero's journey, you go out, you learn your lessons, you fight your demons, right? And then you come back and you share your story with others. You share your story so that others can also gain some of the wisdom that you have. Your wisdom is so much deeper, though, because you've experienced it. It's not like you read it in a book. You've gone through it. So let's see what we have here. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini, and that is very soon, just about a month away. So there is this energy of, between now and, wow, that might be exactly 7 weeks too, 6 or 7 weeks, because that would be like the first week of June. Coming into this energy of understanding that this wisdom is part of what a part of the answers that you needed. Part of the reason why you came here was to gain this evolution, this wisdom from what you have been through. The lovely thing about this energy, though, is that you're at the end of this cycle. And I know we've been kind of saying that, but as you come to an end of a cycle, as humans, we think of time in blocks of minutes, hours, weeks, months, years, right? But really, when you think about our time through our experiences, this lifetime, past lifetimes, future lifetimes, right? It's kind of like a little blip. But I feel as if this was a journey that you had to take. You came to exactly encounter these lessons, as painful as some of them may have been. And I really do get the sense that you may have been a lone wolf for some time. You know, it doesn't mean that you didn't have anybody in your life, but you may have felt like there was nobody that could that was learning the same lessons you were learning at the same time, right there with you in the physical realm. I feel like there were people, other people across the globe that were learning those same lessons. You may be all coming together, but there's this sense that, yeah, here and now, just stay present. You're in the right spot at the right time. That's what they're saying. Not to rush it. You know, sometimes the divine is working behind the scenes in order to help these answers come in. So if you feel like you're still in that in-between stage, and not to worry, you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Really lovely message. Sometimes we need that confirmation that, okay, you know, I'm not, you know, when you feel like, you may feel right now that you're in a little bit of a lull, stagnant. You know, nothing bad may be happening, but nothing good, nothing new is coming in. And you're kind of like, okay, what am I doing wrong? This is a clear-cut message, and not to worry. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. So what I'm going to do is do a spread. We're going to look at your present energy, areas of resistance or obstacles on your path, advice from spirit, and then finally the outcome if you take the advice. I am going to anchor each one of these positions with an oracle card and then clarify with the tarot. And Libra, you know, keep in mind that you have complete free will. You can take the advice of spirit, or you can go in a different path, depending on what it is that you think is best for you. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Oh, nice. Okay, letting go. A sense that this has been a very long journey of letting go of people, places, things that no longer are on your path, have met their expiration date. You know, the sense that, you know, that relationship just went as far as it could. That career went as far as it could. It got you to a certain place, though. And then, you know, sometimes, you know, once again, as humans, we don't want to let go of things because for some reason we just have this idea that, you know, everything we encounter has to stay with us our entire life. But you're coming into this energy of understanding that you can't make progress. You cannot move forward if you continue taking the baggage that you have from the past, you know, the burdens. You know, there could be people in your life that are draining your energy or draining your resources. That could be in personal relationships, or that could be at career. You know, you cannot move forward unless you let go of some of that. And, you know, that is sometimes a painful situation where you have to, even if you're not closing a door to a relationship, but sometimes you have to say, I can't give the energy that I have been giving to this relationship. You know, it's draining me. You know, sometimes you just have to be kind of truthful that this relationship is draining me. I still, you know, would love to have you in my life, but I can't give as much as I have been giving. A lot of times that can happen in, you know, friends, or family members, especially extended family members. You know, if you're an adult and you have siblings and they want financial support and you're kind of like, you're an adult, you know. Now, sometimes, you know, people do need help occasionally, but this is more of a situation where somebody is always coming into your realm asking for help or wanting something from you. Because look at this. You're coming into this balance very, patient. It's taken you a very long time. And with this full moon in Libra that we had on April 16th, that could have hit you really hard because it was in your zodiac sign, coming into the sense of bringing yourself into balance, having the patience of allowing yourself to let go of people, places, situation, beliefs, patterns of behavior that just no longer are on your sacred path of understanding. I can't move forward if I continue to carry all of these people or beliefs or whatever it is. You're wanting happy success and you're moving towards it, but you also understand that you have to let go of something. They're showing me like a horse, like you being on a horse, and on the horse you have the saddle, but then you also have all of these, they look to me like sandbags, but they probably have things in them, but they're heavy. You have all these sandbags, and along your path you have been cutting off some of those sandbags. I mean, it's just the horse is loaded down between you and all of these sandbags. And as you've been going, you've been letting go of some of the sandbags. But now it's kind of like you're really having to prune, just like you have to prune a tree. You have to prune back some of the growth in order for the tree to grow even larger and be healthier. And that is what you have been doing. It has taken a very long time. I'm getting the sense again that this could have been something over like even the last 7 years, just really kind of like pruning away. They're showing me this girl, and it's interesting. She has one bird in her hand and the other one she's allowing to let go. I feel like that's exactly what you have been doing, allowing things to leave your life. It's not like you've been pushing them out. You've been allowing things to leave your life as they have needed to go. And you have this beautiful new beginning coming in because you've had the patience to do this work. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving card in the deck. And I'm not sure. I think you had this in your energy for one of your last readings, but going really slow, almost to a snail's pace, not understanding that you are making progress. But as you've been going, you've been learning. You've been learning about how some of the things that you have had to let go, some of the things that have left your life, the sorrow that has been around those situations, how much more wisdom and knowledge you have gained because of that. If we came here and your life was just perfect from the time you were born until the time you left this world, like, what would you learn along the way? It's those trials and tribulations that help us to evolve as a soul. You probably have people in your life and you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, like, why does everything always work out for them, right? And I know I have a couple of, acquaintances. I won't say they're dear friends, but acquaintances. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like, everything really just does work out for them. They're probably very good manifestors, right? But it's also this sense, sometimes I have to allow myself to have patience with myself of understanding that the trials and tribulations that occur for us, not to us, because that's the big key, is recognizing that these things are on our path for us to help us to open up to more knowledge, to more wisdom, right? So let's go ahead. I am going to clarify this. This is a lovely energy, Libra. 5 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles, again, really getting grounded, understanding, moving slow. But, there is this energy of holding on to past fears, holding on to, this is what you need to release. If you did not release it in the full moon, on April 16th, right? This is what you need to release, this letting go, this last bit of sadness, of understanding that, yes, it is time to let that go. I feel like this is feelings that are trying to come up, and to, to allow these feelings to come up. Don't let them stay in, because it's time for you to move forward. And what you may want to do is really just sit with yourself and allow those feelings to kind of start percolating up, and allow them to come out. Because I feel like you've done, all of the work. You have gone deep. You have gained this wisdom. It's just this energy of the final purge. I feel like you have the final purge here, because here is your obstacle, your area of resistance, putting time and energy into something, and yet at the same time wanting to pull your energy back, right? I'm getting the sense that is this energy of letting go. It's kind of like, yes, you'll let something go, but then it's kind of like, no, wait a minute, I'm going to hold on to that. Okay. It's kind of like, okay, I'll say goodbye to that situation, that belief, that pattern of behavior, but wait a minute, I'm holding on to that one, and that is just your fear talking. It's kind of like it not wanting to have too many changes at once, which is kind of good. They say when you're trying to break a habit, not to, some people can go cold turkey and, be successful. But other people, it's kind of like you almost have to trick yourself into not thinking that you're making a big change in your life. I was an elementary school teacher, and one of the things is teachers do not like change. I'm one of those teachers. I love change. I've had a lot of change in my life, and every time something changes, something good comes out of it. But whenever they wanted to make a big change in the curriculum or a way we were going to do something, there were always teachers on the faculty that were like, no, wait a minute. Okay, well, I'll give up that part, but no, I want this, and it's really out of that sense of holding on to something that is familiar, because when we make changes, what we're doing is bringing in so much new. So it's kind of this sense of, oh, I want to hold on to something that is familiar to me, right? Because it's comfortable. Change is not comfortable. So it's embracing this energy of, okay, all right, I'll give up that, but I'm not giving up that. But you're kind of coming into this energy of realizing that, that when you stay in that, it's kind of like having, oh, wow. Wow, amazing. Ten of Swords, very much at the very end of this cycle. The Ten of Swords is that energy of there are no more swords. In the traditional tarot, the person is laying there on the ground with the 10 swords in their back. But the sun is rising on the horizon. And that is the message that you have. You are done learning the lessons. You have gone the distance. And you are now getting ready for the new to come in. There's a sense of choosing, because this is your obstacle. The Lover's card is the old choice card. Choosing to go in a new direction. Choosing to go into this new world. It's kind of like one day you're ready and then the next day you're not. But that's okay, because that's sometimes what we have to do, is to allow ourselves to kind of get used to the idea of moving forward, because we're going to clarify this. This is your advice. It's the fear of disappointment, of moving forward. It's the fear of not knowing what is going to happen that is preventing you from moving forward. When we have difficult things that have happened in our life, sometimes we get into a sense of not being able to trust anymore. We don't trust ourselves. We don't trust the people that we're close to. We don't trust new people coming into our lives. We don't trust new situations coming into our life. And that's because it's really, you have experiences. You have these 10 swords in your back, right? you've had these experiences that have been really difficult. So it's this sense of, oh, wait a minute, I have to protect myself. I have to hold on to my money so that I'll have financial stability moving forward. I have to move on. I have to hold on to, perhaps a certain pattern of behavior or a belief system. I have to hold on to that because it's familiar. They're showing me like a toddler, with a stuffed animal that doesn't want to give up the stuffed animal, it's time to go to kindergarten. They want to take this rag doll, to kindergarten. It's like, no, that has to stay home. It will be here when you get home, but you can't take that to school. And it's almost as if you're kind of like holding on to something for dear life because there has been so much change. This is the energy of embracing the new, of understanding there are no more swords. That is what Spirit keeps saying to me. There are no more swords. You've been through the battle and you have acquired all the swords. There is love coming in. You've mastered how to love even when your heart has been truly broken. And I feel, Libra, from your comments, a lot of you have been through very difficult romantic relationships, family relationships, and now you're overcoming all of those difficult endings, those difficult situations by stepping into a sense of love, of understanding that even when people do painful things to us, that we can still love, we can still wish them well. It does not mean you have to be with them, right? But you can still wish them well. It's like sending them love from afar because it's time for you to walk forward. It's time to say goodbye, your final goodbyes to some people, some situations, some patterns of behavior. That full moon in Libra really kind of highlighted any patterns or beliefs that we have that are really not serving us anymore. It's taking a look at, what you're eating, how you're exercising, how you're taking good care of yourself so that you can step forward into this new world in a really healthy way. So look at this. See, you have the Six of Wands, you have victory. You have the Eight of Swords here. This is this understanding. Look, if you look at that, she has her hands in her pockets. She could stand up. I mean, she could lift her hands and take off the blindfolds, right? The swords are in the ground. They can't hurt her. It's a self-imposed type of energy. It's self-doubt. It's self-criticism. It's, this fear of moving forward because you may not be sure you can trust yourself. You can trust your own decisions. But there's this sense of determination coming in. Sometimes we just need that. We need a boost of determination to say, you know what? I have this. What am I worried about? I just have to move forward. I just have to do this because you have two cards of victory here. You have the Chariot, which is a sense of moving forward quickly, of seeing the progress and the victory that you are wanting in the situation, and the celebrating, of bringing your life into balance. Being, once again, they're saying, this is also about being a leader, being revered for what you have been through. It's the same as this wolf. Like you have, they're saying the hero's journey, coming back and coming kind of back into the village after being out there and slaying your dragons and all of that. If the hero's journey is, Joseph Campbell, that whole, you go out there, you learn, you have these experiences, you fight the demons, the dragons, and then you come back. And it's kind of like you're coming back into the village and everybody is like, Libra, you did it. You slayed your dragons. You did what, you're the hero. You are the hero of your own journey. Because here we are, we're stepping into the vast universe. It's kind of like you're no longer going to be just staying in the village. You're going to go out into the world and share your knowledge and wisdom with others. And a lot of times that is really just by the way that you live your life. Sometimes it doesn't mean that you have to be on stage or even have a YouTube channel, or although you could, or write a book or anything like that. Sometimes we can be so inspirational in just the way that our actions are, how we live our life, how we are loving towards others, how we find the good in other people, even when sometimes, it can be difficult, right? They're giving me this scenario. You might go to work and people are gossiping about somebody in the office or saying, catty things. And, you just kind of like, say something about, well, they're always very friendly and helpful to me. And then you just kind of walk away. It's this energy of you don't have to ridicule or judge anybody else. It's about speaking your truth, of living your life, living your wisdom that you have gained along the way. 3 of Cups, Ace of Wands, 6 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. No longer juggling, no longer going back and forth, truly and embracing this new journey that you have coming through. Finding the inspiration to truly move on, with the 6 of Swords. And, the 6 of Swords is also about communicating. Once again, I feel like you're coming into an energy of communicating your truth, of communicating your wisdom to others. And once again, it doesn't mean that you have to write a book or anything. It's the words that you use in your everyday life that are going to be inspiring to other people. Where can I ask for more help in my life? Until we can receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. I ask for what I want and am open to receiving it. There is this energy, of being fearful of what may happen in the future, of thinking that you have to do it by yourself. But you're never truly alone. You have your spirit guides. You have, your angels. You have support around you. You can ask for help from, your spirit guides and angels. You can ask for help from people in your everyday life. It's about allowing, because there is this energy of give and take, right? A lot of times we get into toxic relationships because we give. We don't have the boundaries and that type of thing that are healthy, right? So we overgive. And now it's kind of, you're coming into a realization that it's not all about just giving yourself away. It's also about allowing other people to give to you. Courage, dare to be different, to make mistakes. Okay, that is exactly what this is, right? You don't want to make a mistake, so you're afraid to move forward. Create, for it is in creation that you exist, in this world of dreams that stem from the eternal heart. You are one with all creation. All is possible. Go forth and be true to yourself, for it is only through being true to you that you can be true to others. And I'm going to put that up there. I think that is a really profound message. Going forward, I kept saying that it's the hero's journey. You're coming back. You're sharing your story with other people. It's about doing it your way. Understanding that everybody is on their own path, right? So not to worry about, how fast you're going on your path or comparing yourself to other people. It's about putting all of that down and understanding that you are coming into this sense of victory. You're approaching the finish line, if you will, of your hero's journey. And you know, one of the things is that when we complete one cycle, then what are we doing? We're stepping into a new chapter, a new cycle. And it's about embracing that energy of saying, okay, you know, hey, I accomplished that. I got through. I got through that breakup. I got through that divorce. I got through losing my job. I got through my business dying, right? I got through, you know, a health crisis. I've got through it because I allowed myself to gain information as I was going, of having the courage to continue when others may not have, right? That is your story. You have been able to gain this knowledge and wisdom and now can step forward in a very victorious energy. Where is my chariot? Here it is. Very victorious energy. And it says, go forth and be true to yourself, for it is only through being true to you that you can be true to others. So go and share your truth with others because your truth is valuable. Well, Libra, I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I do wish you so much love and light in this situation and all your situations. You, one of the things to realize once again is that you are in the right spot. Don't doubt yourself. You have done an amazing job getting to this part. And now it's kind of like you're wrapping it up in a bow. You know, it's like gift wrapping a present and putting the bow on the top. You're finishing up this chapter of your life, this difficult chapter of your life, and getting ready to enter something just so wonderful. So I'm really excited for you. Well, I'm going to leave it there. I do wish you so much love and light, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.